Hello there, good morning and welcome to Claret and Booze. My name is Virgil, aka John, aka Lego Man to many. I've had my hair cut, hopefully I don't look like a Lego Man anymore. Welcome to my daily ramble here at Claret and Booze. Before I get started, if you like the show, then please hit the like button. Why not subscribe to our channel, Claret and Booze on YouTube, if you haven't already done so. And also hit the bell notification and you'll be notified as and when we go live or upload any pre-recorded shows. So look, there's lots of news about transfers and things at the moment, but I'm not interested in transfers because the be all and end all is what happens at the club at the end of the season. Now, as we know, Declan Rice and his proposed next move away from West Ham is a big story at the moment. And I don't really need to go over that. Basically, he'll go to the highest bidder, I'd imagine. Let's just hope it's not Arsenal. But what I want to talk about today is the opinions circulating around social media. We are social media as well, aren't we, here at Claret and Booze, in regards to David Moyes. Now, a lot of videos I've been watching recently, people have been questioning almost their own questioning of the fact that David Moyes remained in a job and is still in a job at West Ham. People are all of a sudden seeing this season as a successful one. Now, stay with me here. If we win the Europa Conference League, it will be a successful season. I get that. A trophy. Now, some would argue a third-rate trophy. I disagree. To me, a trophy is a trophy, apart from the Betway Cup, where we've always got a 1 in 2 chance. I'd love to win the European Conference League. Of course I would. But for me, that's not the be-all and end-all of what happens going forward at West Ham. There's no doubt about it that this season, and look, I'm a half glass empty kind of fan in the main. But this season, the performances on the pitch have been dire, okay? We have avoided relegation now, pretty much. I believe we're actually safe now. And that's only happened in the last week or so. And yes, we are in the European semi-final, second leg away against AZ on Thursday. But the football's been poor, okay? And as much as winning this trophy would be the cherry on the cake, it's actually, to some extent, possibly polishing a turd. People say you can't polish a turd, but to some it would seem you can. And I look, I'm not a Moyes hater, right? You know I'm not. Okay, it took me until the Crystal Palace game to say I think he's got to go. He's still here by hook nor crook. He's probably still here because Sullivan doesn't have a set of balls. And to be honest with you, Sullivan is never proactive in much of what he does. But the facts are, the football's been crap this season, okay? I can only name a couple of games where I think we've actually played well and it's actually, put me on the edge of my seat to some extent. Manchester United being one, fantastic performance in the 1-0 win there. And obviously, once we went 2-0 down against the Arsenal, coming back and showing heart, fight and desire. After that, there's not many more performances that really got me off the edge of my seat throughout the season. And as much as I get results are important, entertainment is important as well. And us as West Ham fans, look, none of us have seen many trophies being lifted at the club. Some of you viewing may have been old enough to remember the 1980 FA Cup final. I was only 1 at the time. I don't remember it, okay? It's a case for me now where we need to think about the next step. Now, I would love nothing more than David Moyes to win this Europa Conference League, okay? It, for me, would be a fitting farewell to David Moyes and what he's achieved at the club. Now, you will say to me, what has he achieved? Let's not pretend. He has achieved 2 European campaigns, which we don't often have, do we, if at all? All right, he has done that. Okay, you can blame COVID. You can say that was because of Lingard. Whatever it was, the facts don't lie. He's given us a couple of great seasons throughout, okay? Some great nights, some great memories. But this season, the football's been crap, okay? And as I said, it took me till December to decide I think we need a change. We didn't have the change. But people out there are now saying, oh, maybe Sullivan was right. People out there are now questioning the fact that they themselves said that Moyes should go. Come on, people. Let's not let this campaign be overshadowed by winning the Europa Conference League, which we haven't even won yet. You know, I don't think the second leg is going to be as easy as people make out. I still think we'll get through, but it's not going to be easy. Especially if Moyes reverts to his factory settings and plays, let's be honest, the same way he played against AZ in the first half at the London Stadium. We were crap, okay? We were poor. It was boring. I could not believe I was watching West Ham in a European Cup semi-final, a semi-final that we want to win. If you think that by winning Europa Conference League, Moyes should keep his job, then as much as I respect your opinion, I think you're wrong, okay? We need to move on. And as I said, it will be a fitting farewell to Moyes. Thanks, Moyes. Thanks for winning us a trophy. You've done well over the last couple of seasons, but it is time to go now. You know, the average Premier League manager is only about 2 years anyway. So maybe Moyes, like many that have gone before him in the Premier League, has just come to the end of his shelf life. There's nothing wrong with that. But let's not now pretend everything's brilliant, everything's rosy, because it isn't. You know, there's many players in that squad. There's many players that were brought in the summer that will thrive if and when Moyes goes. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. Finn Downs, Lanzini, Fornals, to some extent Cornet, although I'm not overly keen on him anyway. Scamacca. These players have been neglected by Moyes. These players have almost been shunned. I mean, look, Lanzini will probably go in the summer anyway, whether Moyes had treated him this badly or not. But are you telling me that Lanzini can't get 5 or 10 minutes here and there? You telling me that Lanzini can't come on and you know, try and unpick a lock in games where we're really struggling? You know, are you telling me that Fornals, the attacking, expansive player that played for the Spanish under-21 team, who we brought in with a great fanfare and a great enthusiasm from the fan base, has all of a sudden become a defensive left wing back or whatever you want to call him? Are you telling me that Finn Downs can't do a better job than Thomas Soucek? You know, are you telling me that Scamacca can't play and doesn't score goals in the Premier League? Of course he does. Are you telling me now that Danny Ings is all of a sudden a shit striker, which people are telling me and I've seen, you know, on social media here and there? These players are not shit. But these players are not being used in the right way. These players are not being given the treatment that they should be given. And basically, these players are not being given the minutes. Look, this is not a Moyes hatred video. This is not a Moyes out campaign. This is a Moyes, thank you very much, Moyes. You've saved us from relegation. You've given us a couple of good seasons. Thanks for winning the Conference League. Good luck and goodbye. We need to move on now as a club. But again, you know, look, this is a waffle. I know it is. I'm sorry. I'm not really keeping on track. But again, Sullivan, will he have the balls to even go out and get the next stage manager that we look for? Will he go out and get a progressive manager? Probably not. And this is my concern. And this is not a reason for me saying keep Moyes, because I still think Moyes needs to go in the summer. But what the fuck are we going to get in? We're either going to get in someone who's looking to rebuild their career, maybe Graham Potter, maybe, or we're going to go and get a yes man. And I think that Sullivan's lack of ambition is really showing and has shown this season. We've been crap 90% of the season, let's be honest. We've stayed up because there's teams below us that have been worse. You know? So... And I'm not here mugging Moyes off because, as I said, he's done a lot of good for us, but he needs to go now. And I think that some of those players that will probably go in the summer if Moyes remains will thrive under a new manager. Sometimes a change is as good as a rest. I'm really worried that you were going to think that I am staunch Moyes out, because remember, I wasn't until December. All right. This is not a video of I told you so's. And people shouldn't be making videos and going on Twitter and changing their tune because of the fact that we have avoided relegation and because of the fact that we possibly may win the Europa Conference League. If you think, based on this season, that Moyes should remain in charge, then in my opinion, you don't want to be entertained at a football match. And as West Ham fans, that's all we've ever asked for, because we know we can't challenge for the Premier League title. We know that in the main, we're not going to challenge for top 4 positions. And we very rarely have a cup run to think about or of any note. So yes, Moyes has done well. But we need something new now. We need to change. We need to bring someone in who will possibly bring the squad closer together. There's no doubt that the rumblings of discontent amongst the squad are obvious and there to see. You know, Skamaka's, we know he's injured, but he's possibly gone AWOL to some extent and hasn't had any direct conversations with the club. Fornals looks discontented, disenchanted with it all. Lanzini's not even getting on the pitch. I know he played against Brentford, but apart from that, he wasn't getting anything at all. He must be thinking, you know, what have I done here? You know, the fans love these players. And, you know, Finn Downs. You know, if Finn Downs is the answer and he's going to take over from Declan Rice when Declan Rice leaves in the summer, why is he not getting any game time at all? Why did Soucek start against Brentford again? You know? I just think we need a change of manager, 100%, to give the club a bit of a boost, to give some of the players a bit of a boost who are a little bit disconnected, sitting on the bench week in, week out, looking at the dross being served up on the pitch and thinking, my God, I must be bad if I can't even get on that pitch or start in that team. The thing that worries me about David Moyes is his style of management. I would say that, and if I'm wrong, I appreciate this, but, you know, you lot can leave some comments. But if we look at 2 completely different types of managers, i.e. Harry Redknapp against David Moyes, Harry Redknapp may not be the greatest tactician. He may never have been the greatest tactician in the world, but we had fun, didn't we? And the players enjoyed playing for Redknapp. You know why? Because Redknapp is one of the best man managers you will ever find. He knew how to treat players differently. He knew that Paolo Di Canio needed an arm around his shoulder. He knew that every player needed a different kind of treatment. And that is a man manager for me. I don't think Moyes is a man manager. It's his way or the highway. And I think that, you know, when he was at Everton, you know, Wayne Rooney's come out and had a little bit of a problem with Moyes and his management style when he came through the ranks at Everton. You had that guy on loan from Real Madrid, Drenth, or whatever his name was. He had a massive problem with Moyes. But in the main, the Moyes players at Everton loved him. But that's because he had a very, very small squad and a lack of money. He can't keep our squad happy. He has no man management skills, in my opinion. I even feel that now that this season, until recently, Ben Rama's been very good, I even feel that the arm around the shoulder from Moyes to Benny that we often see, especially when Benny was doing well, it don't sit right with me. It almost looks a bit fake from Moyes. He looks awkward doing it, you know, and Benny most definitely looks awkward receiving it from Moyes. So I think his man management is really causing a lot of problems within the squad. Not within the team, maybe, but within the squad. He needs to go in the summer, in my opinion. I know the facts don't lie, and people out there are going to say, yeah, but he's been one of our most successful managers statistically. And I agree with you. But I think he's come to the end now. And it's, as I said, it's not because I hate Moyes, because I don't. And I know many of you out there do hate Moyes. I don't think you should be hating on Moyes. I know it's been poor, but let's be realistic. He has done good things at the club, but his time needs to go. And all you people out there that were Moyes in, went Moyes out, and now, because we've just about survived relegation, and because we've, on the chance of winning Europa Conference League, have now gone back to Moyes in, and questioning the fact that you even questioned it in the first place, and suggesting that David Sullivan's decision was the right one. Come on. Be realistic. We want to watch good football. I agree. Okay. Results, they are the be all and end all from a business perspective, maybe, but we're not businessmen. We don't own the club. We are fans. We are supporters. And at West Ham, at the very least, we want good football. And if Moyes stays beyond the summer, we will not be getting good football. And Moyes, if you're watching, which you probably aren't, please go in the summer purely for the sake of your own professionalism. Because if you stay beyond that, you are really in danger of ruining your own reputation even more. Win the Europa Conference League and go in the summer. Great send-off, Moyes. Right. I've been John, a.k.a. Virgil. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Come on, you Irons.